best way to have the people of God detox for the month of August. Now, I believe whenever God tells you to do something, you should do it because the Lord knows what's about to happen. We don't know. We don't know what the future is. And a lot of times, God is preparing us for something that's either getting ready to happen or He's doing something. So, we just wanted to make sure that we're obedient to that. And so let's get right into it. I'm going to introduce my guest here. It is Reggie Marshall. Uh, Reggie has a farmer's market that he does. And when I get finished, I'm going to let him explain all about that. But Reggie's also a registered nurse. And so he's here to answer any health questions and talk about that component as it relates to what we're doing. All right, so I'm going to get right into it. If there's any questions, please feel free to raise your hand and we will address those. First of all, the detox, we'll deal with that first, is a cleansing. And I recommend a total body detox. Now, I didn't want to just tell you to go get a certain detox from a certain company. Many of you have done these type of things before, and you may already have something that you've used before that has worked for you. So I wanted to give you that kind of latitude in that part of it. But I'm going to suggest a couple tonight, just in case you want to purchase a detox kit. Now, they are somewhat expensive if you get a good one. But there are two that just going to mention them. My wife and daughter, I think they're going to go with the D-Herbs Total Body Detox. I think that's the one they chose to go with. Now, I'm using a detox that I've been using for years. I have a lot of confidence in it. It's worked for me. It's very powerful. It's good. And it's put out by Dr. Schultz. And you can go to www.herbdoc.com. That's HERBDOC.com. And just click under detox. And he has a 30-day program, or you can buy the individual kits individually. And you just follow the directions. And there are 3 different levels in each detox kit. Each one will have different levels. There's a beginner's level, there's an intermediate level, and there's an advanced level. So he goes into detail to explain about the different levels. One level is for people who really don't really have time to really eat right and do right. So he's kind of like, do the best you can and go by it. And then the intermediate level is for people who really want to do a thorough total body cleanse. And then there's the advanced level for those that are sick, dealing with health issues, and you want to be healed. You want to be well. You want your body to make a recovery. So I'll be doing the advanced level, just for those of you who are wondering. But the total body detox, what it is going to cover, any detox that's worth its salt is going to offer a kidney bladder cleanse. It's going to have a liver gallbladder cleanse. It's going to have a blood and lymphatic system cleanse and a bowel cleanse. And those detoxes will cleanse out every organ in your body, including your blood and lymphatic system. And what it's going to do for you at the end, it's going to really remove all of the toxins, the chemicals, and these are the chemicals. What I'm talking about is from either prescription drugs, or it can be from a polluted environment. We all live in a polluted environment where we're smelling all kinds of different stuff. All of these drinking different things, and even in the food we eat, all of these preservatives, if you've been eating processed foods and all this type of thing, pesticides, herbicides, these detox kits, the total body detox is going to cleanse this stuff out of your liver out of your kidneys and out of your spleen. It's going to cleanse this stuff out of your bloodstream and remove these toxins out of your body. Now, why is that important? It's important because over time, these toxins and poisons build up, and it puts your liver, your gallbladder, your kidneys in a congested state. And when they get congested, because these organs filter, that's what their job is. These organs filter out your blood and different things like that, and direct proteins and different things. That's how they operate in your body. So when you don't want your liver to become congested with a whole lot of contaminants, and you know how an air filter is, you can tell when an air filter gets dirty, right? And that those particles that build up on an air filter get on there because air has been flowing through it, and they've blocked those particles. You can't see it at first, but after amount of time, you can see the dirt that's being filtered through there. Well, it's the same thing with your organs. If you never do a detox and cleanse these organs, your body is a recipe for disease, because eventually that's what's going to happen. You have a congested kidney or a congested liver or gallbladder. You hear about people having to have their gallbladder removed, and people having kidney disease, kidney failure, and then you talk about the lymphatic system and the blood system having cardio problems and problems with the heart disease and diabetes and all these different things. That's what can happen if we neglect our bodies. And we've been talking about conditioning, right? Basic training, and talking about conditioning our body, soul, and spirit. And it does you no good. God wants us to be balanced. It's great you fast and pray all the time and talk to God, but if you're eating poorly and gaining weight, you're in no shape to preach the gospel. You're in no shape to work for the Lord because you are toxic. You're sick, you know, and over time, these things erode your immune system, and you become vulnerable to every cold, virus, flu that comes along, because your immune system is low, because your body is congested. Some of us deal with constipation issues, hard to go to the bathroom, congestive issues. Your colon is impacted. Some of us eat tons and tons of meat, but very little fruits and vegetables. The problem with meat is meat doesn't have any fiber in it. Fiber is the thing in vegetables and fruits that helps sweep uh, uh, fecal matter out of the colon. So if you're eating just meat most of the time and very little vegetables, you're going to be constipated. Eating a lot of bread and cheese and meat and no vegetables, there's no fiber to help push that stuff out. And this will cause health problems down the road. This is how people are developing colon cancer and all of these type of things. So I cannot emphasize enough how important it is for us to do a total body detox. Now, that's I'm talking about in the context of conditioning, right? It takes some conditioning to make yourself do this. So in the process, if you're disciplined enough to go through a 30-day detox and cleansing, you've killed some flesh. So coming out of that, you're going to be in better control of your flesh than you were when in it, because you were able to get control of your flesh and make it do something that it does not want to do. See, so it's conditioning, spiritual conditioning. All of this happens during a total body detox. You'd be surprised of what it does for your spirit and for your soul. It goes much deeper than just the physical man. The amount of energy you will feel coming out, and guess what? If you do a total body detox correctly, you probably will lose 20, 30 pounds. And many of us are trying to lose weight and trying to figure out why we're having a tough time losing it. Well, let's get our organs together. Let's get our organs decongested. And then your body's in a whole lot better shape now to help you burn fat, and your metabolism is boosted, and all these things are going to help you be healthier. So that's why we are doing the detox. And the other thing is, I feel like the Lord is doing something right here at a time when we're seeing the Delta variant of the COVID-19 on the rise. Cases are beginning to rise because of unvaccinated people. Um, this variant is more contagious and is deadlier. And it's even crossing over to people that have been vaccinated. But it doesn't appear to be very much of a life-threatening thing for the people that are vaccinated. But the problem is, if you're vaccinated and you get it, you'll probably be asymptomatic. You may have some symptoms, but you can spread it to somebody who's not vaccinated. And even though it may not seriously hospitalize you or kill you, it might kill them. So I believe what God is doing right now, I believe that detox is gonna, some of us have even had COVID-19. I've had COVID-19. So I believe this detox is gonna cleanse out some of the residue and the remnants that are left over from that virus. And so I can't emphasize enough that I believe that God is doing something here. And so I think the timing is right on, given where we are. So that's the detox. I listed a couple of detox programs, but you can go to a good health food store, like for instance, what's that place I like to go to? Um, there's one in Goodlettsville, and there's also one in Mount Juliet, and the name of it just will not come to my mind. But you can go to a good health food store, and usually you can talk to somebody that works there, and they can point you to some detox programs that they have. Okay. So there's tons of them out there. So you can pick up them at a good health food store. Okay. Now that's the detox portion of it. Now, the other phase to this, for those that are not doing a full detox, I don't know what to call this diet, but you definitely need to do this 30 days. You're going to have more energy. You're going to feel better in your body. This diet is basically an anti-inflammation diet. I guess I could just call it that. But it works on your body's natural cycles. So I'm going to explain it like this. From 12 midnight to 12 noon, your body is on what's called an elimination cycle. That means your body is eliminating whatever you put in it, whatever it's ingested. Okay. So during that period of time, you only eat fruit. Now you're going to, we're not going out here buying a can of fruit cocktail. That's not what we're doing. We're not buying nothing in a can or a bag or that's been processed. You're going to go either buy fresh organic fruit, and you're going to make you some fruit cocktail. Now, some of you deal with diabetes and sugar issues and that things of that nature. So you want to make sure that the fruit that you use are low fruits. I mean, you don't get the sweetest, don't get a bunch of grapes and eat that, because your sugar's going to the moon. Okay. Be careful on the pineapple. You know what I'm saying? But you want to get stuff that doesn't have a real high glycemic load, like strawberries, blueberries, stuff like that. And melon, some of the melons are good, but watermelon, that's going to send you up too. But here's the thing I want you to understand about fruits, because I'm diabetic and I've done this diet many times. And I ate the fruit, and I ate watermelon, cantaloupe, honeydew, grapes, um, pineapple, blueberries, strawberries, raspberries. Okay. Natural sugar will spike your blood, but it'll go down real quick. The sugar you want to stay away from is the refined sugar. Okay. That's the sugar that'll run your blood sugar up and it'll stay there. Okay. Eating the fruit. When I did this, my sugar levels stabilized. They didn't run my sugar up to the roof and I was having problem trying to regulate my sugar. It didn't affect me that way at all. My sugar stabilized from doing this because it's natural sugar. It was healthy fruits and vegetables. Now, the reason why you want to eat that only during the elimination cycle is because fruits and vegetables have, well, fruits. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say vegetables. Fruits have digestive enzymes in them, and many of them are diuretics. So that means they're going to help you eliminate. So you shouldn't, after a few days on this, you shouldn't have constipation issues. So you eat a bowl of fruit in the morning when that's your breakfast, a bowl of fruit and water. Because on this diet, we're not doing teas, we're not doing coffee, we're not doing Cokes and any of that stuff. You know, you can make you some fresh lemonade if you want to. We're not using any artificial sweeteners. We're not using sugar. If you want to sweeten it, get you some stevia. It's a natural sweetener. You can use agave. I maybe you're pronouncing it wrong, or monk fruit. They have some different sweeteners out there, but it's natural. Okay. The stevia works well for me. Everybody can't handle the taste, but you'll get used to it. So in the morning, you get up, eat a bowl of fruit. Okay. You get hungry again, because you will, eat another bowl of fruit. 12 o'clock, lunchtime, no more fruit. You can eat a salad and a broth soup. I got to explain this because you know what y'all do with some soup. Y'all have some soup you cannot see through with pasta in it, meat. You know how y'all do. The joker have a chicken leg sticking out of it. That's not what we're doing. You're going to eat a broth, so I'll recommend a vegetable soup. You can eat like, what is that soup? The Italian soup is vegetable? Minestrone. That's a good one. It's really good if you can make a homemade soup out of fresh organic vegetables. You'll love it, I promise. Okay. So every day at lunch, you're going to be doing a salad. We're not fooling with no ranch dressing, though. We're going to do vinegar and oil. I'll let you get away with some vinaigrette as long as it ain't got too much sugar in it. Okay. You can have whatever vegetables you want in it. Healthy salad, broth style soup. That's at lunch. Between lunch and dinner, if you get hungry, you're going to snack on raw vegetables. Get you some celery sticks, carrot sticks. Y'all are going, oh, this is horrible. Well, that just means that you've been eating so poorly that when I tell you to eat something that's healthy for you, now you're resisting it. That means your flesh is out of control in that area, right? If you can't tell your flesh to do something and it obeys, you're in bad spiritual condition. You're living a life that is led by your flesh and not by your spirit. Okay? So this is going to help discipline you. Okay? And it's also going to be healthy for you. Now, dinner time, guess what we're going to do? We eat a sensible dinner. Just no red meat. Fish, chicken, Turkey, fine. No pork, no beef, no what else? Anything red meat. Deer, no venison, no buffalo, no mutton. Okay. No cow. Okay. But you can have fish or chicken. No fried food. We ain't frying nothing. Now don't fry your vegetables. Talking about I'm snacking on vegetables. Got them fried in some tempura. Talking about no. That's not what we do. Okay. Also something that's good to snack on, I didn't mention this, is nuts. Nuts and seeds. Walnuts, almonds, macadamia nuts, okay? Um, cashews, um, pistachios, but you want the unsalted. You want them, you know what I'm saying? You don't want them with all the bad stuff on them, bunch of salt and all that stuff, because it's counteracting, it's counterproductive to what you're trying to do. Okay. So you can eat walnuts and stuff like that. But I want you to keep in mind, the walnuts is high in calories. Just a cup of walnuts is like 200 calories. You probably didn't think about it like that, but it is. So you can eat nuts and seeds. Okay. Now, sensible dinner: cooked vegetables, not cooked in pork. Huh? You're gonna have to learn how to use some seasonings. Huh? Okay. Cooked vegetables, no bread, and fish, baked, grilled, broiled, whatever, however you want to do it. Same with the chicken or the turkey. Okay. Sensible dinner. Don't have a plate stacked up this high. Talking about I'm eating a sensible dinner. You're out of control. Okay. A sensible dinner. Eat like you have what? Sense. Okay. Now, after dinner, you want to eat dinner by 6 o'clock, no later than 7. You don't want to be eating anything after. If you get hungry between the dinner and midnight, eat a bowl of fruit. Okay. So from 12 noon until 12 midnight, your body's on a storage cycle. It's not on an elimination cycle. That's why you don't want any fruit after 12 p.m. Okay? So I hope everybody understands that. It's really a simple diet. It's not hard to do. You'll enjoy it. You'll lose weight. If you do it right, you'll probably lose about a pound a day. You'll have more energy. If you've got arthritic conditions, any type of inflammation build up in your body, you'll probably feel better. It'll start to relieve that, because it really brings inflammation down in your body. Okay, so there was no question. So it seems as though everybody understood about in those two options. And so what I'm going to do, I have a special guest here tonight, Reggie Marshall, and I'm going to segue over to him. He is a registered nurse, and not only is he a registered nurse, but he has a market, a produce market. And so I'm going to segue over to him right now. Reggie?
Thank you very much, Bishop Harris. Okay, can everybody hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Again, my name is Reggie Marshall. I'm a registered nurse, house supervisor at St. Thomas Midtown Hospital. Eugene and I are cousins. We played in the dirt in Meaden, Tennessee when we were kids, and now here we are. Thank God we're still alive and have made it through COVID and all the other things that have come our way. I've always been a big guy. When I started first grade, I weighed 92 pounds. So I gotten up as high as 386 pounds. I'm down now to 293. I gotten down to 307 in December of 2019 prior to COVID. But, being in healthcare, we worked so much and there was so much stress. I started eating more because I just didn't take the time to continue to watch what I was eating. So I gained 40 pounds, and I had a couple of procedures done back in March. So March, okay, yeah, had a couple of procedures done in March, and had some pain issues, and decided at that point, because I gained that weight, I said, there's no way I can make it through physical therapy if I have to go through physical therapy after this procedure. So I cut out a lot of carbs, and as Eugene said, I raised vegetables. So I relied on my vegetables and cutting out carbs, and I started exercising more. So I've lost 54 pounds since March. So it can be done, and you do feel better. So our farmers market at Midtown Hospital was started by me and my coworker Marla. She raises beef cattle. I raise the vegetables, and also Dr. Stacy Davis is my cardiologist. And the reason I have a cardiologist is because in December, I knew I was going to have this procedure done. I said, let me make sure everything is working in order. I went to see a pulmonologist, I went to see a cardiologist, and my primary care doctor, and everything is fine. They thought I had a little sleep apnea, but because I lost more weight and got my blood pressure under control, I sleep much better at night. So, better health leads to better lives. Okay. And if we know one thing about COVID, pre-existing conditions have taken a lot of us out. So with that said, the goal for this farmers market was to make sure we offered healthy living, or healthy options, food options to the community. And Dr. Davis is there every Wednesday with me, offering heart healthy consultations free of charge. We're there from 1 p.m. till 6. I raise all my vegetables out in Antioch, Tennessee. So I don't bring things to my market that I don't grow myself. I don't use any pesticides or herbicides on my crops. So, again, the big thing with that is bringing something to the community that everybody can benefit from. And also me losing the weight, being an example for the community as well as other healthcare workers. So, that was my goal this year, was to make sure that if I'm having a good day, I include other folk in it too.
Amen. Amen. Can you tell us a little bit about some of the things that you're going to bring to market?
Oh, absolutely.
I got some last week, and I called myself buying a good amount. Them bad boys are gone already. I tell you, those things were good. I'm talking about they were just the sweetest tomatoes. Anyway, enough about me. Yeah. Tell us a little bit about what you have.
So I'll have tomatoes, hot peppers, sweet peppers. We'll have squash there eventually. About another 3 weeks, I'll have squash. Then I've got some melons coming toward Labor Day. I've got greens. I had greens early in the season, but if anybody knows anything about raising greens, that heat will take them out. So I've got kind of a shaded area in my garden, and also some shade cloth I'll put over the greens. So I should have greens by the 4th week of August. I have a lot of different herbs. And another thing with seasoning your food, I have high blood pressure, so I really have to count my sodium. And there are a lot of times I don't even eat sodium. What I do is I use fresh herbs or salt-free seasonings, and you have to train your taste buds. I have a friend of mine at work gave me the slogan to use. What does it say? It's on my refrigerator. Nothing tastes as good as healthy feels. And I'm telling you, I feel so much better after I changed my life and started. I get up every morning at 3:30, 4 o'clock to exercise. I work out every morning in my home, and then I rented an apartment close to work, so I walk back and forth to work every day. I get anywhere from 4 to 5 miles of walking in every day.
Amen. That's awesome. Awesome. And that's you brought up that, and I'm glad you did, because that's a component I really didn't talk about in this whole detox and diet thing, is that, saints, we've got to move. We are too sedentary. We're too and that's not good for us. God made us to move. And so it's not that you got to go out here and run the marathon, but just go out and walk. You would be surprised how much better you'll feel if you just get out and walk around the neighborhood. Get in your vehicle and mark off a mile, so you'll know what circuit will cover a mile, and just walk. Matter of fact, I was walking with older gentleman this morning when I was doing my exercise, and we were talking about how good we felt. I said, yeah. And he said, well, I could jog the last mile. I said, I could too. I feel good. I feel good enough to jog. I said, but why put all of that impact and stress on your joints? And see, when you're young, that kind of stuff that you don't think about, it doesn't bother you. But the older you get, that cartilage and stuff starts to thin out a little bit. And so while I could jog a mile or whatever, it's really more healthier just to walk it. Now, for me, I don't walk at a stroll. I walk at a very brisk pace. So that gets your heart rate up, and that's what you want to do. And you also get perspiration. If you don't listen, if you're exercising and you're not sweating, you ain't doing nothing. Okay, you ain't doing nothing but shifting fat molecules around. You ain't burning nothing. They just moving around. Okay, some of them jiggling. Okay, so the exercise component is key during this detox. This thing, get out. Uh, uh, get you some time in the day where you can get out and exercise. If you have a treadmill, something at home that you just back in the storage area, back in the closet, back behind some suitcases and stuff that's all dust, pull that thing out and get the dust off of it and plug it in and use it. Because it's really hot right now. I don't want anybody dying of heat stroke. Or wait till even in the evening time it's smoking.
Yes.
So really the best time to do it is if you can get up really early in the morning, you can catch a good decent temperature that you can walk in and get your exercise in. But get up and get movement, do something, exercise, I'm not going to tell you what to do, but do something. Just don't allow yourself to just sit there and just, they say sitting is the new smoking. If you're on a job where you're sitting all the time, you might want to stand up sometime. I'm telling you, sitting is the new smoking. So get movement in. You will feel better. We have a question?
Yes, Bishop, we have a question. Question is, can we use smoked turkey legs in our vegetables?
Okay, I'm going to say yes. Because it's what? It's not red meat, right? Okay. And I know that a lot of us are of African descent. And so we got to have something. But I'm going to tell you now, before I came in my dinner tonight, we had collard greens and we had green beans and we seasoned them up nice. And I'm trying to tell you, man, wasn't nothing wrong with them greens and them green beans. We didn't have no meat in them at all. And I did chicken wings because I love me some grilled chicken wings, And I said, I'm going to get me some wings before this week is out. So, yeah, you can use smoked turkey meat. As a matter of fact, I think that's a good alternative. You should do that anyway, as opposed to using pork in your for seasoning your greens. Okay, you should do that anyway. So that exercise is I think it's a very key component to what we're doing. And my prayer is for the saints of God that that through this process, you'll change your lifestyle, that there'll be some healthy lifestyle changes. Because what we have to learn how to do, it's not a sin to eat some of the things we eat, but you just can't do it all the time. And we've made a lifestyle out of eating cobblers and a half a loaf of bread with dinner and big old giant sweet tea and big old pot of mashed potatoes and macaroni and cheese and fried chicken and fried pork chops and fried this and fried that and fried that and fried this and then fried that too and then fried ice cream and then and that's what's causing our health issues, and so we need healthier lifestyle changes. You're going to feel better body, soul, and spirit. Yes, another question?
Yes, sir. Another question. Are we focusing on root vegetables or any vegetables?
Any vegetables. You want to, I'm glad somebody asked that question because you want to stay away from potatoes. There's only one potato that's good for you, and that's a sweet potato. The rest of it is garbage. And people at Idaho are screaming right now. But that's one of there are two foods that they call the foods of death in the world. Anybody know what they are? Potatoes, white potatoes, and pork. You can't make pork good for you. Oh, it tastes wonderful. It's a bad boy. But you can't make it good for you. It's not. So you really have to limit that bad boy. Yes.
Bishop, another question. Do you recommend that we should drink half our weight in ounces of water?
I'm not sure what the formula is. I don't want to just tell somebody drink half their weight in water. There is a specific guideline, and I would go and Google it. So, Google it, and you pretty much state whether you're male or female and what your weight is, and it'll tell you what percentage. I think I did it at 6 foot tall male, 195 pounds. And it was like I needed to drink between 127 ounces of water. The range was from 127 ounces to 137 ounces of water a day. And you're going to wear that toilet out. I'm going to tell you that right now. But drink proper hydration. You probably are not going to believe this, but I'm sure Reggie will verify what I'm saying. Most people are walking around here dehydrated because they do not drink enough water. That's the truth. And there are so many things, nagging little things that we put up with, pain, headaches, and all kinds of things that are a direct result of us not having enough water in our bodies. That's the truth. Did I say anything wrong?
No. That's very true.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's definitely want to pay attention to. And that's something you should do here on out, making sure you're hydrated. Yeah. Good question. Good question. Now, she has a question, but she doesn't have a mic, and I want everybody to hear her question because I'm sure it's going to answer a question for somebody else.
The water, do it have to be a certain type of water or just any kind?
That's a very good question. Listen, I recommend drinking bottled water, but alkaline bottled water. Yes, most bottled water is acidic. So there are several brands out there, like what we have up here is Essentia, and it has a 9.5 pH. It's alkaline. Okay. You can buy this in any grocery store, but there are other brands. In Kroger, they have their own brand of alkaline water. We drink that most of the time. The Kroger brand alkaline water. So you can get them in the gallon drugs and stuff, and just get you several gallons and put them in your refrigerator. And I recommend drinking that. I don't fool with tap water unless you got a really good filtration system on your water supply. Yeah, bottled water, just regular bottled water, like DeSanti and I don't know what some of the other Smart Waters and some of the other waters, they're not alkaline and they're very acidic. And I don't have my water testing kit. I used to have water testing kit. I could bring them all up here and tell. I've done that one time in church before and tested the acidity. And most of the bottled waters out there are just as acidic as what's coming out of your faucet. Pardon? Well, the Essentia is somewhat expensive, but like I said, Kroger has a brand. of alkaline water is like $3 a gallon. You know, I'd get that. I wouldn't buy Essentia. I mean, but this is really good. But I'm gonna tell you about Essentia. I think they do some microclustering, and what that simply means is that the water molecules are smaller than normal water molecules, so your body absorbs it better. So you can drink this, and I promise you, in 5-10 minutes, you're going to go pee it out. It's going to go right through you. So it's going to hydrate you. It's going to hydrate you, but you're going to use the restroom quick. Oh, well, Essentia you'll love it. It'll keep you up. It'll keep you going to the bathroom all night. I'm just being funny. I mean, you know, I got to have fun. Yes.
Hey, I normally take a teaspoon of honey and a teaspoon of olive oil in the morning when I get up. Do I need to stop that when we're detoxing?
Okay, why are you doing that?
Well, I was listening to this doctor named Mandela or whatever, and he was talking about how the olive oil in your body helps you when you get ready to use the bathroom. It kind of like lubricates your system. And then the honey is just like a kickstart for just
Energy.
Yes.
Yeah, honey will do that. And there's nothing wrong with that, but with honey, if you don't have any blood sugar issues, it's not going to be a problem. But honey will spike your blood sugar. Okay, and particularly with honey, I think it's important that you use raw honey, not processed or filtered. You want raw, unprocessed honey, and preferably local honey that is produced in your local area. Because if you have allergies and stuff like that, when you consume the local honey from the local wildflowers and stuff in your area, it'll help you deal with allergies better in your local area. Now, the olive oil, he's exactly right. Like, for instance, I believe it's on my liver gallbladder detox. Part of the regimen will be tablespoons of olive oil being mixed in with whatever I'm drinking, that and garlic. And that will help flush out your liver, your gallbladder, and everything. It will. So those are good things to do. I don't see anything wrong with that. We have another question. Yes.
Yes, sir. Question about distilled water. Would you recommend that we drink distilled water during the detox?
You can drink distilled water during the detox. Distilled water is not something I would drink all the time, but during a detox, yeah. And the reason I say that, distilled water is dead water. Now, it don't have any contaminants in it because it's been cooked out. So anything that's harmful has been cooked out. But it doesn't have any minerals or anything. It's nothing in there to help you. So you want, water that has the minerals in it because you need those. So, but it's perfectly fine for a detox. Yes.
Yes. Next question. Sam's has alkaline water, 9.5 plus pH level.
Mhm.
That's very, very affordable. Is that a good one to drink?
Yes, definitely. Definitely. So Sam's has a brand, Kroger has a brand, Publix has a brand. Nowadays, most convenience stores have some type of alkaline water. The only one I would stay away from is a product called Real Water. And that comes in it's a little blue plastic bottle, and it's called Real Water, and it's an alkaline water, but they just had problems. That company's being sued now for having some poisonous chemicals were found in it, and it hurt some people. So I would stay away from that. All right. Are there any other questions? That pretty much does it. Reggie, do you have anything else to add? Does anybody have any questions for Reggie? Now, does everybody know where Midtown, St. Thomas Midtown is? It's the hospital that used to be Baptist. Okay, so he's there every Wednesday between 1 and 4 o'clock. Yes.
What are some side effects? And this question is to either Bishop or Reggie. What are some side effects from detoxing and how should we address them? For example, headaches.
I don't know because I've never detoxed, so I'll let you
Okay.
answer that.
All right. Headaches are a sign. They're a byproduct of detoxing. So don't be alarmed if you develop some headaches while you're detoxing, because it means it's working. Okay. So and it's not going to be something that's going to be permanent or persistent if it, like you just got a headache, just won't leave. But you may go through some times where you just kind of like sometimes when you fast, you'll get a headache, a hunger headache. But when you detox, that's sometimes that happens. Doesn't happen all the time, but it can happen. But don't be alarmed. Okay, just make sure you're hydrating. Okay, because one of the signs of dehydration is headache. Okay, I hope that answers the question. All right, we're good. Well, that's going to close us up for tonight. That's what we want to talk about going into August. And of course, August the 1st is our grand reopening. So we are excited about that. And so those that will come out, we invite you to come out for our in-person worship. Please wear a mask. As you well know, with what's going on, there's a mask mandate that's being put back in place. So as you come into church, just bring a mask with you, but we can have church in here. Amen. And so we're looking forward to that day on Sunday. And then, of course, we will be kicking off our detox, and some will be doing the elimination fast. So we're looking forward. We're excited about it. I'm excited to see how we come out of this, because there's going to be some healthier, leaner bodies. You're going to feel better. And hopefully some of us have been wanting to do lifestyle changes, but we haven't been able to get ourselves to do it. But this is going to be something that's going to help kickstart that process. And you don't have to go back to bad habits, but you can take what we're doing and you can adjust it and get a new lifestyle, get a new lease on life. And I will say this about detoxes, and I'm talking in terms of a full body detox. I recommend that you do a full body detox once a year. You should do it once a year, because we build up so much, and nobody's going to eat perfect all the time. And so there are going to be times when we do things. So that detox is going to help keep your body at a good, healthy balance. Does that make sense? All right. Well, thank you for everyone tuning in. We thank you for everyone tuning in. We're going to be putting out some podcasts with this information on it, as well as podcasts covering a variety of different Bible topics. These are kind of so you can just kind of carry them with you and take them wherever you are when you need a word or you need spiritual food. And there's not going to be anything. It's not going to be a 2-hour Bible class, but some little 15-minute podcast with a word for today to keep you through the week. So anyway, we look forward to kicking that off this coming month. And thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening to us. Again, if you have any other questions, please get those questions to us, and we will get them answered. I think this is going to be very beneficial to the church and everybody that participates. Well, listen, if this has been a blessing to you, please sow a seed into this ministry. You can Cash App us at $allwordchurch and be blessed by sowing a seed today. Thank you so much. God bless you. Have an awesome rest of the week, and I'll see you here on Sunday, either at 8 o'clock or 11 o'clock. God bless you.